Hey guys, I'm Mahesha. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dr. M Inspires. I am an IMG currently working in Australia, and now I'm on a journey to guide the fellow IMGs do the same. So if you're new to my channel and if you're an IMG on this journey, hit subscribe because I share weekly tips to help you become a doctor in Australia. Are you an IMG who have been applying for jobs in Australia? Have you been applying for some time and you haven't got enough responses? So have you thought like what's wrong? Like where you have gone wrong? What have you done wrong? So today I'm going to break down the 5 most common mistakes that IMGs do when applying for jobs in Australia. Okay, let's get started. The first mistake, using the same CV and the cover letter everywhere. No, generic doesn't work. Australian hospitals expect applications tailored to the role. You need to show them why you're a good fit. You're not competing with yourself, you're competing with thousands of applicants applying for the same role. So you need to show them why you're better than the others. So have a good look at the job description. Take keywords from the job ad. Read the job responsibilities. See what they're expecting from you and use those words in your CV and in the cover letter. Like, do not ignore the soft skills that they always expect. Communication skills. These are few things that you have to highlight. Communication skills, clinical reasoning and decision making, teamwork and collaboration, time management and organization. Highlight these soft skills more than the clinical knowledge. They expect these soft skills more and they like to see these more in your CV or your cover letter. The second mistake, applying for jobs that you're not eligible for. I did the same. I mean, you can apply, but then how much time and energy are you wasting? For an example, if you take the Victoria campaign, the PMCV late match, they always ask for doctors with general registration or with citizenship or permanent residency. Don't waste your time on these applications because no matter how much time you put, they will not go out of the criteria that they're looking for. I did the video interview myself. Like later I realized like I wasted a lot of time, I wasted a lot of energy for this, but it has no use. So look for job roles that are looking for you. Like for an example, like if you take the New South Wales campaign, they always highlight that they are able to take doctors who are eligible for limited registration or provisional registration. So look for those roles more and just maybe put more effort on these job roles and then work on those applications rather than wasting your time and energy on the applications that they will not even look at. Third mistake, not including the local clinical experience. So what I mean is if you are in Australia already, maybe your spouse is a citizen or have permanent residency and you're in Australia and you're not able to prove recency of practice. Maybe you have done an observership, maybe you have done some kind of clinical attachment or shadowing or maybe even volunteer work. Like don't ignore them, like you have already done them. These count too. So make sure that you even highlight these little things in your CV so that they know that you have some kind of exposure to the Australian medical system. So that is specifically for the candidates who have already moved to Australia and have been looking for jobs. So please don't forget to highlight whatever local experience that you have got, even maybe even through volunteer work. Mistake number 4, using weak or overseas only referees. So let's talk about the weak referees. So what I mean by weak is basically the referees you can't even contact. So when you put in an application, if you get filtered for an interview, sometimes even before the interview, they send out the references, the emails to your referees. Even if you have put the best surgeon or the best physician in town, if this doctor cannot be contacted easily through an email, please don't put them. I know that there is a requirement where you have to, at least one of your referees have to be your immediate supervisor or the head of the department that you're working in your local, in your home country. Apart from that, I mean, you have no choice, you have to, but make sure that person responds to whatever the emails he or she gets. But let's say you have another option, but you know that that's the best clinical person you know. But if that person cannot be contacted through an email, please don't put them. Put someone reliable, put someone who is freely available to comment on your clinical work. And also, the next point is if you do have referees known to the Australian medical system, you can always put them. What I mean is, let's say you have a doctor in your home country that you have worked with in the past, and that person has moved to Australia and now currently working in Australia. And if you are able to keep in touch with this person, and if that person is happy to be your referee, please put them even as your second or third referee, because they would actually be more, I would say, impressed if you have a referee who's currently working in Australia. But I mean, on the other hand, if you don't have, don't worry about it. I never had Australian referees when I first put in my job applications. But what I made sure was that whoever the referees I put, that they are always contactable and they are always happy to comment on your clinical work. So make sure you do not put weak referees who are not even looking at their emails. Mistake number 5, not showing enough knowledge about the Australian medical system. So you may question, what do you mean? Like, I haven't worked in Australia, so how am I supposed to know about the Australian medical system? That's right, but you can always research. Research doesn't have to be just through the internet, but you can always ask friends who are already working in Australia. What do they expect from you as a junior doctor when working in Australia? They are very, I would say, very happy to see words like shared decision making, teamwork and collaboration, and cultural safety. These are very popular words when it comes to applying for jobs in Australia. You may be clinically strong, but if you don't have at least some understanding about the Australian medical system, I would say that's a red flag. So, what they need to know is that, do you have some idea about the Australian medical system? So if it's a green light, then they would be like, yeah, so this person is actually ready to integrate, ready to contribute to us. So do some homework, do some research, see what they expect from junior doctors. So what they need to know is if you're a safe doctor, sometimes more than clinically strong, they need to know if you're a safe doctor. Do you know how to communicate with your patient? Do you know how to communicate with the patient's families? Do you know how to deal with a patient who belongs to the indigenous population? Do you have an idea about the cultural safety? And when you are, like, let's say, implementing a plan for a patient, are you considering the multidisciplinary input? So these are a few things that they actually focus on when caring for patients in Australia. And it would be actually great for you to show that you have some understanding about the Australian medical system. So if you're applying for jobs in Australia as an IMG, and if you think you're making these 5 mistakes, please try to avoid them. And if you need any help, so please comment in the video, or you can always reach out to me through my email, and I'm very happy to help. And like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have IMG friends, you can share among them as well. And stay tuned. I have few interesting videos coming up very soon. So till I meet you guys in my next video, have a great day and take care.